Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to part whatever. I don't know. I'm behind editing, but I'm ahead with recordings. Behind, but on time with. When you see this, I'll be ahead, and that's what matters. But anyway, let's get into this. I'm excited. I forgot where we left off until I started recording. Oh, geez. Okay. Let's just go. Oop. What am I doing, for God's sake? I'm not in my right mind. Something about me was off today. I couldn't control myself. I was saying things I didn't mean, doing things I didn't intend to. I never meant to do that. But at this point, I had no choice to admit my feelings. I couldn't pretend I didn't know what they were anymore. How long had I felt this way? A week? A month? 6 months? Or maybe a full year? Had they already developed when we started anew? No. The when didn't matter. It didn't change the facts. I was still attracted to her, regardless of when it had begun. But she pushed me away, quite literally. I sighed at myself. Why should I be disappointed? She was nothing like me. Ooh, this song is beautiful. Oh my god. I was reclusive and unsociable. She was the exact opposite. She was the kind of person who would confidently tell someone how she felt. And she had done exactly that. Said I was like a brother. But I hadn't listened. As a matter of fact, could I have been any more presumptuous? I don't deserve to love anyone. Oh, Michelle! It's better this way. Master! I told you to go back to your room. Master, I need you to listen to me, okay? What? About what just happened. That doesn't count. You can't count any of that. Huh? That I said I loved you and that I shoved you. They don't count. Right. I was planning to forget that anyway. So don't worry. No, that's not what I mean. What I'm saying is that it's not something I should have said on a whim just because the moonlight was kind of pretty tonight. It wasn't supposed to be so casual. The way I said it doesn't get across how much I really care about you. It should have been something with more impact, rather. Me looking at you straight into your eyes, my heart jumping around like it's on fire. That's how I should have said it. What are you... I'm saying I want you to give me one more chance to do it right. Giselle. I calm yourself. I am calm. In no sense of the word are you calm. Fine then, I am not calm, but I am clear-headed. I mean every last word. Listen very carefully. I love you. I love you so much I feel like my heart is going to explode. What? Huh? You mean, like, family? Romantic love. Romantic! What? I wasn't upset back there. No, I was elated. What? My mind couldn't keep up with what I was hearing. Half out of breath where she stood, Giselle was frantically insisting that she loved me. Was I dreaming? Master? How do you... I would like to hear how you feel about me. Assuming I interpreted that correctly, you were going for a kiss back there, right? Right? So can I take that as your answer? Giselle looked up at me with bleary eyes. She had feelings for me. It was a miracle. I could hardly breathe. I felt like someone had stuck their hand in my chest and was squeezing my heart. I just had to say yes, and a smile would spread across her face. I could bring her joy, and all it would take was a single word. Okay, man, say it, dude! Why is he saying this? Why is he saying this like he's going to say no? I had no reason to say no. My happiness was standing right there in front of me. Oh my god, he's gonna say no. Wait, no, I'm starting to figure out why he's going to say no. Oh no, don't! What more could I ask for? All I had to do was reach out and claim it for myself. I tried to do exactly that in the chapel. I could do it again. I loved her. I was a twisted man, cast out of the world and left with nothing. I had no way to make her happy. But still, Don't tell me you've forgotten what you are. Tell me! There was no moonlight to give me that nudge. No! Oh, you idiot, man, you dummy idiot, you idiot dummy. Oh my god, you're going to hell, Michelle, you're going to hell. Oh my god, what is wrong with you, you fricked up idiot, you dummy, dumb idiot, dumb. Oh my god. Ugh. Okay, I'm normal again. Do not feel that way about you. What? I got confused for a moment. I apologize for the misunderstanding that seems to have caused. All the color drained from her, like a flower wilting before my eyes. A heavy sigh spilled from her lips. Her jade eyes swayed lifelessly, back and forth. I hadn't thought mere love could have possibly have such weight. But she looked as though I had told her she was about to be executed. I see. I'm sorry. I let it get to my head. Sorry for making such a racket. Really, God, what was I thinking? I got way ahead of myself there. Her faux energy hurt to watch. I had hurt her, and this was the result. You wanted to protect yourself, even if it meant hurting her. But look where that got you. You would have been better off just going with it. Because when she learned the truth, she would have pushed you away anyway. I'm sorry. I'll be going now. Sorry for barging in on you like that. She made her way into the shadows towards the door. There. You did it. You preserved your peace. I got the feeling she would never again turn back. Your mistake was ever getting close to anyone. What I'd always wanted was right there, in front of me, and I was so close to obtaining it. And you pushed her away. I actually did love her. She would never love the real you. No, she couldn't. You're disgusting. I can't believe you actually had the gall to fall for me. Oh. Good night, Master. She was leaving. I wanted her here, and she was leaving. I simply had to acknowledge my feelings, and she would come back. Was I really content to let her go? In my weakness, I mistreated her. I hurt her. I let her go, and I was about to lose her, even though she said she loved me. And I felt the same way. Wait, please don't go. Your voice is shaking like a scared child's. What are you hoping to tell her like that? She was different. She was probably... No, she absolutely was nothing like anyone in my past. She won't be any different. I decided I would try just one more time. To believe in myself and to believe in someone else. I lied. Giselle, from the bottom of my heart, You'll regret this. No, I won't. I sincerely love you. Yeah! Woo! You tell her. The fragrance of rose enveloped me. Her arms wrapped around my chest. We're both imbued with strength and shaking like mad, so the slightest touch might shatter them. Oh, Giselle! Why didn't you just say that in the first place? She said in a quavering, sniveling voice just inches from my ear. I lacked sufficient control over my mind or body to return her embrace, to run my hands through her hair, or to do anything more than just support her weight. I'm sorry. Jerk. Bully. Brute. You don't get to play this one off as a joke. I'm truly, sincerely sorry. You've given me two different stories. Tell me, which one's the truth? Were you just confused, or do you actually love me? I want to hear you say it again. The truth is, I love you. Again! I love you. Without fumbling this time. I love you, as I've said several times now. Not good enough! Again! Have mercy, please. I'm about to die of humiliation. Can I really believe you this time? You're not going to say you were lying again? No, I won't. And we both feel the same way about each other? Shockingly enough. What's there to be shocked about? I didn't think there was anything likable about me. You really have to do something about that pessimism. I'll try. I'm in heaven. I'm so happy I could cry. You are all over me. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. When you first said no, everything went black. I wasn't sure what I would do anymore. I lost all hope. I really do feel bad about that. But you had a change of heart. Now you're willing to have me. Yes. And everything I bring with me. That was the idea. Oh, Giselle. Everything you bring. Oh, Giselle. Giselle, you're perfect. Absolutely everything, right? You're pushing that point rather hard. I have a request. It's something I don't think I could ask you at any time but now, while we're in the moment. I will do anything so long as it's within my ability. Tell me, what is it? Oh. Well, actually, I understand why this is important. Sorry, first reaction, I suppose. Will you look at my naked body? What?
More specifically, my scars. You are going to have to see them eventually. In which case, I would like that to be now.
A year ago, I'd refused to look at her scars. I'd been certain I wouldn't be able to accept what they represented. The abuse my father had subjected her to. It's possible. I would have preferred never having to face that. But I, more than anyone, needed to know. It was my responsibility. I had to accept reality, not grimace or avert my eyes. I had to face up to what had been done to her. Okay. I couldn't bring myself to look at her as she hesitantly disrobed. The sound of her clothes rustling made me feel as though I was doing something incredibly improper. As much as I tried to feign calm, I was so tense my joints were practically creaking, and my heart felt like it was being stepped on. I feel like I'm made of stone.
I'm ready. You can turn around.
All right. I'll count to 10. She's laughing at me.
I feel a whole lot better seeing you so nervous.
I'm turning around.
Okay.
Oh! Her head was tilted down just enough to keep me from making out her expression, but she couldn't hide the pink flush spreading across her cheeks. It contrasted well against her white, but not excessively pale skin, as did her jet black hair.
Sorry, it's not anything nicer to look at.
In what way was this not a pleasant sight? I had never been more entranced by anything in my entire life. She was stunning. I had no measure of comparison, but I was certain the same sight of any other woman in the world would not have had the same effect on me. I could say as much with confidence, despite having never seen another woman nude. Hypnotized, I couldn't take my eyes off the gentle... Oh my god. I'm not sure where we're going here. I'm a little nervous. I couldn't take my eyes off the gentle curves of her body. Were I more socially inclined, perhaps I could have told her she was pretty, which perhaps would have brought a sheepish smile to her face. And though I wanted to, my throat was dry as dust. All I could manage to produce were incoherent rasps.
Oh, Michelle. Please say something. I'm hideous, aren't I? I'm unclean.
You're not hideous.
You mean it?
I mean it. Why would you think so?
Because
You were not unclean. Not in the slightest.
You mean it?
I do.
Even seeing this?
Giselle's eyes slid downward, a trace of fear lurking just beneath the surface. Following her lead, I dropped my gaze to her lower body, and there I saw her scars. Swollen red and black gashes.
God, still not healed? Jesus Christ.
Still not healed after more than a year. Defiled her white flesh. Can someone get her medical attention at this point? Jesus Christ, those things have got to be like infected or something. As she had described for me, the lines were arranged to form letters carved into her skin. Ah, so that's why she said I would have to see them eventually. My instincts told me these were wounds she would carry for the rest of her life. I felt nauseous, heartbroken. infuriated at the fact that the person who had done this was out of my reach. At the fact that I could do nothing for her. What went through my father's mind when he looked at these? What did he gain from giving her these wounds? Why did he have to do this to her? Why my father of all people? Giselle was the one with the scars. Giselle was the one in pain. But I felt like someone had shoved a handful of needles into my chest. Dozens of thick metal stakes piercing the walls of my heart. Blood streaming through me like a river. If I didn't force myself to face it, I was liable to run. What was the right thing to say? What was I supposed to tell her? As hard as I thought, I couldn't come up with an answer. All I came up with was intense frustration. It killed me that I couldn't take these scars from her. That I couldn't give my father a piece of my mind. You are in no way hideous, no matter what marks are left on your body. It took all I had to form that single sentence.
Thank goodness. I'm so glad to hear that. When I was down in that village, they said it didn't matter what they did to me because I was already dirty. That made me think I had reached the point where I was so tainted. Anyone could see it. I'm sorry.
Why should you apologize?
You were frowning really intensely. I thought I might have made you mad.
No, I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at my father, the villagers, and myself. May I touch them?
You may.
My hands were trembling, but I knew I wouldn't be doing her any favors by hesitating. As soon as my fingertips brushed her skin, she shuddered. Does it hurt?
No, there hasn't been a pain in some time.
I could feel her trembling where I touched her. It didn't seem like it was going to subside anytime soon. Soon, she began whimpering softly. Her lips moved as though she was trying to say something, but the best she managed was a few strained gasps. Tears had begun welling up in her eyes as well.
I feel like I'm in heaven right now, but I also kind of hate myself.
Hate yourself? But why?
Because I can't stop shaking. I'm overjoyed to feel your touch, but I can't control my body. I know you're nothing like that, but I keep seeing flashes of you doing other things in my mind. Kills me. My body won't react the way I feel in my heart.
I was foolish to have ever thought these wounds might have healed. Just as scars remained on her body, so too did they remain in her heart. Unlike the physical wounds, though, the ones inside her seemed to be raw and bleeding still. She just did such a good job of acting normal that I'd begun to think she might have gotten past them. Of course not, you blind fool. You shoved me back there because it brought back those memories?
That's right. I'm sorry. I'm really, truly sorry.
Why are you apologizing? I should be the one. Do you have any desire to place a curse on him?
What?
Do you want to curse Antonin? If you so desire, I might be able to make it happen. Cast a curse on him, perhaps even a fatal one.
I
Ignore the fact that he's my father. I don't consider that man family anymore. I want you to be honest with me. If, hypothetically, such a thing were possible, would you want to curse him? No, I would not want that. Why not? You have every right to take revenge. For what that man did, he deserves punishment. He inflicted so much pain on you. You're still shaking more than a year later. And you can still let him get away with it out of the goodness of your heart? Hypothetically, if you wanted to curse him, I
wouldn't do it even hypothetically. And not out of the goodness of my heart. I'm just a coward. A coward? If curses were real and he were to die by one, then I would never, ever be able to forget. If my resentment for him took his life, that would mean he had damaged me so permanently I was never able to get past it. I don't want that. I want to be able to forget. I'm still shaking now, but one day, I want to be able to proclaim proudly that it no longer has any control over me. But I appreciate the sentiment. Setting aside your choice of method, you asked out of concern, and that's more than enough for me.
A soft smile spread across her lips, but all inspired in me was powerlessness. She was putting on an act. Was the sentiment really more than enough? Of course not. Not when she was still trembling so much. But what was I to do? What was I? Unable to leave this house and helpless against the will of the Bollingers to do? I was incapable of assuaging her pain, wasn't I? I couldn't do anything. Could I? Before I throw in the towel, I need to take some real time to think. To stop running from the problem. To figure out a real way to give her what she wants. It doesn't involve curses and angry words. There has to be something only I can do. Giselle. I took the hand that had been tracing her scars and slid it around her waist. Even now, her trembling showed no signs of abating. I will never, the one thing I could do, hurt you again, was to wrap her trembling body in my arms. I don't think that's the truth, considering where we are and the current. And I hate that I don't think that's the truth. God, I wish that was the truth. Something has to happen. Something has to happen. I want you here with me. All I ask of you for now is to be at my side. You can be scared and you can quiver. But please don't apologize for it. Please don't feel bad about it. I promise not to turn my head away from your pain. So I ask of you, try not to keep it buried. I have no power or influence. I don't know all the right things to say. I'm a man with nothing to his name. But the one thing I do have is a heartfelt desire to do whatever I can for you. As soon as I tightened my grip around her waist, she lurched forward, throwing her arms around me. Muffled whimpers resonated against my shoulder where she had buried her head. Eventually, they grew into unfettered sobs. And my bedchamber was enveloped in the sound of weeping. She cried like a little child. The usually strong-willed, cheerful, optimistic Giselle wailed from the depths of her soul. This past year, she had constantly been nudging me forward. It was always her leading the way. There had undoubtedly been moments where she wanted to cry like this but couldn't. So starting now, I was going to try and support her too. I was sure I would mess something up, as I had little experience being caring. I would probably anger her. probably stress her out, and probably make her cry. But I had found my resolve. I'd overcome my hesitation. I was sure I could do it. That I could create a place where she could find peace. I could surely... God, I wish this was true. I know it can't be. It can't be. Giselle didn't stop crying until the sun had begun peeking over the horizon. I had, as I said, not looked away, simply holding her in silence. She had a decidedly not childlike frame, but she seemed incredibly small in my arms. We felt each other's warmth through my clothes. Between sniffles, Giselle said softly, "One day, I'm certain I'll be able to, without any hesitation." Be properly joined with you, and it will be wonderful. Right now, I still can't control the shaking, but eventually, I want to be able to put my hands on you too. The affection infused in each and every word was palpable. Sometime later, she drifted off to sleep, exhausted. I prayed from the bottom of my heart that at least tonight she would have pleasant dreams. That was insanely intimate. Oh my god. Ooh, da birds. Morning. No. Afternoon.
Master! Good morning!
Good morning.
Oh, come on, put a little more oomph into it.
Same Giselle as always.
I must say, last night was something, Master. I didn't know you had that in you. Just thinking about it.
God, the innuendos, Giselle. Jesus Christ.
Ow! Hey, that hurt. What was that for?
I was struck with an insatiable urge to whack you.
Whatever happened to your heartfelt desire to do whatever you can for me? I don't think hitting me counts.
You're tough enough to get over a little bonk.
You were being so nice yesterday. Where did that go?
So, would you like to explain why you're making dirty jokes first thing in the morning?
Yeah, just... I was trying to lighten the mood, to hide my embarrassment.
Fair enough. Alright, but could you not joke about that in the future? I didn't actually do anything to you.
No, you didn't. Sorry. Say, could I ask you something?
Yes?
You hardly ever use my name. It makes us feel so distant. Could you do something about that? Maybe? What? What? Wait, did I miss her saying it? As you just bring this out of nowhere? What?
We're pulling out the... He's like, I will not call you your name, but I guess I'll call you a pet name. Jesus Christ. Oof. Michelle. Babe?
No. That is not you at all. Just go with my name, please. We've graduated from a master-servant relationship to a romantic relationship, but that is a bit much.
Romantic relationship.
Exactly. So, in honor of the new us, let's make this last. All right, Michelle?
All right.
Say it. Say it, you coward. Say it.
At the time, the light that had entered our life seemed unreal and fantastical, but I prayed that it would indeed last, in hope of an equally bright future. I allowed myself to rejoice in the moment, letting the unconquered shadows that lurked in my peripheral remain unseen. Back to her? What is this? Oh, back to present. Okay. Blackness consumes the once colorful space. Giselle still stands before me, as she did within the door, but I struggle to reconcile the two scenes. They are both real. They are both her. The lively, spunky girl of the past and the lifeless girl of the present are both Giselle. As different as they seem, they are both her. Why don't we stop there? It was a wonderful story. They overcame their troubles and lived happily ever after. Is that not good enough? It could not be worse than where we are now. All we have to do then is erase the now. Throw everything away and start over from where it was better. You were able to bear them because they weren't your tragedies. And that goes for more than just me. Actually, as a matter of fact, those words apply even better to her than me. The ending is already set in stone. It's already happened. What point is there in watching it again? All that accomplishes is making me relive it all. The ending has not been written. We're both here now, which means our end still lies ahead of us. Then, can I ask you to promise not to let go of my hand, no matter what? We definitely said this or she definitely said this earlier. No matter what happens, you mustn't let go of my hand. Now I understand. That was a request, even if she didn't perceive it as such. In place of a verbal response, I squeezed her hand in mine. I know where this tale is heading. Toward tragedy. All the other doors we visited ended in tragedy, and ours is no exception. But perhaps what's waiting at the end of this one is even more dire than I imagine. The door to our past swings open once more, behind which lies the end of me and the beginning of her. The white-haired girl? Maybe? Okay, yeah, I think we'll end here. All right. Well, I mean, it's gotta end in tragedy in some capacity. I'm trying to compare the previous, like, fantastical door that was just all phony, right? With this, because the last story is based off of this tale, but ends as a, like, romantic fairy tale, or just in general is a romanticized fairy tale version of their story, right? As it seems, I suppose. But I'm trying to... I mean, I feel like the upstairs portion has to have something to do with this, like, and then, I mean, we haven't even really addressed the witch, and then we have the curses, and then Morgana, and all that nonsense, right? So, I don't know. I don't really have anything to say, like, so far so good, but... God, I just want them to be happy. I especially just want Giselle to be happy. At least, well, I was gonna say at least Giselle's not gonna tragically die, right? Because we have the maid. But then also the fact that the maid is, like, somehow like immortal, and so is Michelle is in, well, the maid Giselle, you know what I mean? Though, like, I feel like she's moved on a little bit past Giselle, and the fact that we're not immediately calling her Giselle and instead calling her the maid as a differentiator is something I've kept in the back of my mind, and I just thought about, like, that's interesting. I don't have anything to discuss about that, I guess, but it's interesting. I don't know, man. This was sad. This feels sad. I guess we'll see how this goes. It's the tipping point, though. It's not actually. It's gonna get sadder from here. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy Morgana Monday. I'm sure I posted this on a Monday. It's not Monday here. Yes, it is. I'm lying. It is Monday. Wait, it's Morgana Monday for me and for you, because I post this on a Monday too. Okay, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in whatever the next part is. Goodbye. Excited for depression. Goodbye.